While we are fixing to head out for the biggest road trip we have ever taken, there is one little thing that we need to do first. Hey everyone, today's video we are talking all about how we are saving money for our upcoming trip, and we are already counting days until we are going to be leaving. Yes, there will be a lot of videos before we go just because we aren't leaving like immediately, but we need videos to be ready a couple weeks before we go just for busyness reasons, safety reasons, and all that. So one of the things I wanted to share with you guys though in videos leading up to the days before we leave is how did we save money to pull off this massive road trip for a family of 7 with 2 adults, a senior adult, and 4 teenagers, and an emotional support dog. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5 tips for how we save money, but there's a catch. Our family does not use credit card. Now, my husband and I do not use credit cards. My mother-in-law, who is going with us, she does use credit cards. But the way that Matthew and I ourselves have saved for this money, credit card free. Now, for some people, it's all personal reasons why people would or wouldn't choose credit cards. Same difference for us. So I'm not going to get into why we don't use credit cards because that's a whole different video. But I am going to share some credit card free tips because I know there's other people like us who don't have credit cards and want to know how you save money just little bit by little bit to be able to afford things like a road trip across the border. Tip number 1 is Kroger fuel points. So every Friday, we have the choice of grocery stores that we can go to in our area. One of those is Kroger. One of the things that we found out was if we shop on Friday, which is the day our family normally shops anyways, tip A for the Kroger points, or number 1 under the Kroger points is on Friday, we go in and we open the app and we go to the coupons immediately. And on Fridays, you can earn 4 times fuel points, which means that for every $1, you get 4 fuel points. And over time, we one time recently only went to Kroger's twice in 1 month on a Friday, and we were able to save up enough fuel points to where it knocked our gas down really, really low. It depends on the area of which area you go to. Some will only take $1 off. Some will take every bit of the points that you have off on one gas trip up to, I think, 20 gallons of gas, 20 to 25. Our van only holds 18. We're also renting another minivan for this trip, so that doesn't really bother us as much. So that's one of the ways that we have started saving and that's an easy one. Instead of going to a different grocery store, we go to Kroger, we buy the items there. And honestly, in our area, Kroger very much competes with other stores. And Kroger has a lot of digital coupons as well, which helps us to save on the every week, which means that the extra money in each week goes into our savings, which rolls over into our vacation fund. So overall, Kroger has been a huge help with that. Another way that you can use Kroger to save money up for a trip is number 2. Also on Fridays, you can earn 4 times fuel points on gift cards. So gift cards is a great way, and people have talked about this for years. Gift cards is a great way to save up for vacation because, say, 1 week leading up to it, you have $20 extra in your budget. You buy a $20 gift card. Now you have $20 set aside for that vacation to buy food for the way there, the way back. No matter how you travel, most people end up eating out on their travel days. So going ahead and having that money set aside on a gift card, and if a gift card gets stolen, it's not the same as like a credit or debit card getting stolen and you not having those funds. If they steal it, yeah, you still lose that $20, but you're not risking $20 plus whatever else on your other cards. So that's another way that like using those gift cards for travel works really well. So that's another way you can do it is you can buy those $20 gift cards for fast food. Now, of course, for a family of 7, we'll need more than a $120 gift card for one meal while traveling. But 4 times fuel points, now that's 80 fuel points for one $20 gift card. Tip number 2, and this is also shopping related, is Sam's Club. So we have what's called the Sam's Club Plus membership. We get early access to the store, but also another perk of having that Sam's Club Plus membership is we have 2% back on every single purchase. So every time we shop at Sam's to buy our groceries and our fuel, we get 2% of that back on our card. I'm pretty sure I've seen fuel on there, but you get 2% of that back on your card. Then every time you go shopping, they're like, would you like to use the cash back that you've earned? And we can say yes, or we can say no. One of the ways that we are saving for this trip is when we arrive, we will be within half an hour of a Sam's Club. So one of the ways that we're also saving up is by shopping at Sam's for fuel and for, now, like, again, we'll get back, or I'll kind of add this in right here. We are saving our fuel points right now for the trip. So that means I'm not going to Kroger to get gas right now, which means I'm going to Sam's. Sam's has cheaper gas for their members. So again, if those fuel points, I'm pretty sure the fuel points are also putting money towards that 2% back. I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong. Some stores do, some stores don't. I'm pretty sure I've noticed it. I may be wrong on that. But saving money at Sam's, go get gas. But also, like, going to Sam's to buy meat in bulk instead, or get snack foods or anything else we need for the summer that's in bulk, and just buy like coffee just from Sam's. Everything that we purchase, just go to Sam's for like the big items that I can go to. Then we have that 2% back. Now we have that money that we've saved up on that card of the 2% back. And now that's grocery money for the little bit of groceries that we need while we're on this trip. So now we have, gift cards for the food while we're on our travel days. And now we have grocery money already set aside before we arrive for our trip. And again, like, yes, you still have to shop at Kroger's to get the money back. Yes, you still have to shop at Sam's to get the money back. But using credit cards, basically, from my understanding of it, I don't have credit cards. It works the same way. You would have to spend the credit cards or money on the credit cards to be able to get the points to pay for air miles. This is kind of the same concept for us. Also for us personally, where we are, Sam's Club and Kroger are some of the cheapest rates for the best quality food that we can find. So tip number 3 of something that our family has done for several years now is we have a savings account. And I know a lot of people are like, well, how does that work? So one of the things that we do to save money is mortgage payments are large and expensive. Most people don't earn a mortgage payment on a 1-week paycheck. You just don't. Most people don't earn that much to pay just their mortgage off in 1 week and still have money for groceries, gas, transportation, whatever you need. So what our family started doing years ago was we set up a savings account. And we calculated out exactly how much each week needed to come out of his normal paycheck. And we put that directly deposited into a savings account before it even before his check even goes to the checking account. Like immediately when he's paid automatically, that savings account amount comes out, and then we use that to pay the mortgage. Well, how does that work for savings? When you have a 5th Friday on your paycheck, now every bit of that is savings because we don't need that to pay the mortgage. The mortgage is calculated for 4 Fridays. So now that 5th Friday, that's a bonus. And yes, we do try to keep that money in there for savings for emergencies when emergency things happen. And we have used that before. One time we had a $300 car part that came out of that. One time we had, they messed up one of our bills and it was way higher, and they said, oh, well, we'll just prorate you the next month. They wouldn't take it off for that month, whatever. And we ended up using it for that. But when we're leading up to vacation, there's stuff that may be an emergency while you're traveling as well. So it's just a backup plan. Like it's not 100% how we save 100% of our money for savings, but it doesn't hurt to have that money in there as well. Tip number 4 is birthdays. So one of the things I've talked about, I have a whole video linked above about birthdays and how we don't do birthday parties anymore. And we stopped doing birthday parties for our kids years ago. One of the things we do is we tell family members, if you want to get them something, cash, gift cards, or pay for experiences. Most people just prefer to give the teenagers cash. Just has worked out really well. So what we do is when our kids want to use that money, we keep it in an envelope. We keep cash in an envelope in a safe spot in our home for them. That way, and then when we're out, if they want to spend it, we put it on our card, take the money from their cash and deposit it into the bank. Or optionally, we will put it in an envelope and it'll have like designated amounts for what it's for. One of mine, every time she works, is a designated envelope that says college on it. And that money will just be used for when she goes to college in over a year. So for vacation though, for the others, we just put vacation on there. And then we keep a tally of how much each person has earned. Then whenever we're traveling, I can have a digital file on my phone of how much each person has on savings. And I can put it in our bank right before we travel Or since we're crossing the border this time, I will give them small bills so that they can do the money conversion at customs. And then they can also use that as a free souvenir. And I'll probably do a video afterwards of like cheap souvenirs from travel. And that's one of them, is like, let your kids take $1 to customs or whatever size bill you need and do customs. And look, now they have a souvenir that's the currency from the country you've traveled to. Tip number 5 is odd jobs. So it happened this time, and it happened before Disney. We will sit there and we will pray and we'll discuss things of like how to earn extra money to kind of offset some of the costs. And some of the things that we do is odd jobs. One of the things that I do is sometimes I will babysit for extra money. Sometimes I will offer to do tutoring. I will offer to help people with their YouTube videos. I would consider odd job as our YouTube ad revenue, members funds, super thanks from our videos, other things on there that most people think of, like yard sales. Sometimes I will do online sales, yard sales, and let's see what else we have. House sitting, dog sitting, things like that. Any of that money that we can take from those little odd jobs goes into a savings fund we have just for vacations. We usually only when we know we have a vacation coming up, like 2020, 2021. Yeah, no, that didn't work, but the rest of the year that works. That is it. That is our 5 tips for how we save money for vacation with 0 credit cards. Thank you to all of our members for supporting this content and allowing us to continue making videos. And thank you to every single one of you for liking, watching, positive comments, and subscribing. And we will see you next time.